time? All right. One person, two people? All right. You guys mind if I get a little personal tonight? Is that my iPhone tweaking that out? If I sit on it or something. All right, check this out. I want to tell you a story about a guy. And the guy he grew up in a good family, and he had a pretty good life growing up. Nothing crazy happened to him, and nothing weird happened to him. And he turned out pretty decent. He went to college. He got a 3.8. He got a degree. He married right out of college. Met a beautiful girl. She was a model. She modeled for Abercrombie and Fitch. She was Miss New Mexico, actually. She was a pageant girl, and she won many pageants. And she got 2 accommodations from the president for the children's books that she used to write. And so this guy, feeling pretty good about his life, growing up pretty well, came to a place of education, came to a place of accomplishment, came to a place of marrying someone that was prestigious and esteemed, and he felt pretty good about himself. And he thought that he was on the top of the world and he couldn't lose anything, and nothing could happen to him at all. Until one day, everything was gone. And the man walked in the house one day, and on the counter, everything in the house was gone. And on the counter, there was an 8-page letter. And as he walked in the house, he looked at the letter, and he sat there, and he would sit down on the chair, but there was no chairs left. And there was an empty 2-bedroom apartment with a couple sheets on the bed. There was one bed left with kind of funky mismatched sheets, kind of funky mismatched pillows. And as he sat down to read it on the carpet, it said that she was never coming home, and that she had wanted to pursue careers and to pursue passions and to pursue different things in the world, and she just wasn't ready to be married. And she wasn't ready to commit, and she wasn't ready to go deeper into a point of love. That was only a couple months after this guy graduated from college. He finally thought he made it. He finally thought he arrived. Anybody ever feel like they've ever arrived, they've ever made it before? Yeah? So as he sat there and read the paper, there's 8 pages, just straight, just going on and going on. You were great, you were wonderful, you're amazing. Our love was great, our love was wonderful, but I just can't do it anymore. I just can't go anywhere else, and I have to leave. So when you went to work tonight, I got picked up and I drove 3 states over back to where I came from. My grandma picked me up and my aunt was in the car, and they took me back home where I'm going to live. You can't reach me and you can't call me. And the marriage ended that day. The man walked around the house. He looked around and he realized nothing was left. There's a couple little pieces of dog food on the ground where the dog's bowl used to be, a couple mismatched sheets on the bed, and that was basically it. And thus started a process of 6 months on his knees, saying, what happened to my life? Because the person had responsibilities, the girl that left had responsibilities, she needed a way to get out. She needed a way to escape, so she lied to her work, she lied to him, she lied to their friends so that she could exit and get out of the situation. So for 4 months, this guy spent on the ground saying, why? What happened? Where did I go wrong? I got my education, I got married, I was happy, I was fulfilled. Where's my safety in this life? Where's my answer in this life? And he realized that there was no answer in people, there was no answer in career, there was no answer in education. He realized that everything that he held to be a value and everything he held to be the strong points of his life didn't exist anymore. And it made him think. And I think the spot on the carpet was drenched. It was drenched, it was completely wet. And that was me. That was my life. When I was 19 years old, I lost everything in my life. All the way up through 20 years old and 21 years old, I lost everything in my life. I spent 4 months on the ground. I had to work 2 jobs because I had a lot of bills to pay because she left me with everything. I had responsibilities. I had just bought a house 3 days before, so I kind of had to get out of that and see if I could work things out. But 4 months on the ground, I realized something, that there's got to be more in life, and there's got to be more that I can hold on to, and there's got to be more than the stabilities that life gives me. And that when life shakes, I got to have something of a foundation to hold on to, and something of of stature, something that's tangible that I can touch. But it didn't come in a form of a red string around me, or beads around my neck, or shaving my head bald with a Steven Seagal ponytail. It didn't come with white robes. It didn't come with all these ideals that I thought was my missing link. It simply came with someone speaking to me and saying, it's going to be okay and you're going to make it. Now that voice, I told for 4 months that I'm not going to make it, that I've lost everything, that everything's going away and I'll never get anything back in my life. And I don't want to ever live again. And I don't ever want to survive again. And I sat at a park one day and I said, that's it, my life is over. I'm completely done with life. And my parents called me and they said, just for us, just don't do anything. And I said, but I don't want to live. I've lost everything. I feel like I achieved so much and then lost so much so quickly. So when I laid on the ground and I sat and I wept, I found an answer and it said, it's going to be okay. I'm going to restore you. I'm going to rebuild you. I'm going to make you whole again. But you were missing an element that you can never live without again. And the still small voice talked to me and it encouraged me and it loved me and it blessed me. 7 years later, I have my family. I have a beautiful wife. I have a 20-month-old child. I have a baby on the way. And the Lord restored me. And I know this isn't a religious venue and a religious place, but I want to tell you my life, just my story, what happened to me. I lost everything to find everything. But it took me going and letting go of the world's securities and the world's things that I thought made me someone, and to realize that there was someone above me, there's someone that cared enough to walk with me. And when I found that thing, I found life again. And the life again made me want to live. Not the points of maybe being married again, maybe having kids, maybe living life. It came with the identification that I needed something greater than accomplishments. I needed something that would never go away. As far as we get in life and as far as we go and as far as we push on, we may think that life makes us feel good, but we'll always realize that we need something more. And if you're looking for something more, and if you're thinking of something more, and you're passionate about something more, you need to look. You need to knock. You need to find something more. Because that more will sustain you. That more will be with you when everything else is gone. That more will let you live a life that you'll always be happy and always be found. So if you're looking for more, go search, go find. Get in the book. The greatest book ever written, the New York Seller's best book. Get in the book. Find something of magnitude. Find something that's real. Because, guys, life goes. It comes and it goes. We thought the market was so strong. We thought the economy was so strong. We thought nothing would break. And now look, people are going around looking. Nobody knows anything anymore. There's no absolutes, but the absolute that's above. Find the absolute above, and I think you'll find happiness.